Alright. About to show you what's up with these carts. Hold on, let me get set up. Alright. I just opened these needles, whatever. I'm gonna throw them away. I'm not gonna use them or anything. I just wanted to show you what was up because you wanted to see them or whatever. First off, the easiness of being able to change them. They just twist, come right out. You know, you can switch from shading needle to liner to shading needle in fractions of a second. You know, if you got one of these handy things, you can move your needles inside and out. Pretty cool. They have this little guide inside right here that make it to where the needle rides on the bottom of the cart. There's absolutely no wobble whatsoever. You know how with like standard setups or whatever, you got rubber bands holding them if you're using that kind of setup or whatever, and you have the needle, even if you're using a needle tensioner or whatever. I mean, when you pull, that needle has that long bar or whatever, so like when you pull a line or whatever, you're gonna have a little bit of movement in that needle head or whatever. With these, it's like a laser. It's like there's absolutely no wobble whatsoever, man. It always rides in the bottom of that cart, you know. And when it's going in the machine, it's like, it's crazy. I'm not at the shop, so I'm not gonna hook up a power supply or anything. Just want to show you how easy they are to set up and stuff. They have amazing, you know, depth or whatever. You know, like 5.5, 6 millimeter or whatever, if your machine will do that. And they just run so smooth, man. The ink reservoir is pretty deep or whatever, so it holds a lot of ink. The solder is pretty far back on the needles, so the ink flow is really cool. You can run way more lines without dipping and stuff with these, I think, than on a standard setup too. It just holds so much more ink. I don't know really what to say about them, except for you got way more area to work. You got 7 machines set up or whatever with different needles and stuff, and man, it takes up a lot of room, like ATS said. I mean, if you can sit down with 1, maybe 2 machines and 7 carts, I mean, nobody can tell me that that's not more convenient. And like old boy said on the forum or whatever, you're not wasting as many clipcord baggies. You're not wasting as many, you know, like disposable grips, or having to autoclave bags or whatever, you know, as many autoclave bags and stuff, depending on how you clean and sterilize your equipment and stuff, because like you're using a limited setup. It just makes so much sense to me. It seems like a natural progression, you know? And I know there's people loyal to the coil, and there's people that will always be loyal to standard setups and stuff, and that's fine. It's just personal preference. But it's not like you're gonna get the needles, you know, the T-Tex, and it's not gonna work, you know? They got phenomenal groupings. They're really good machines. I mean, not machines, but carts. A really cool setup or whatever. So many people like them. It's like a risk-free endeavor, you know. You get them, you don't like them, you can sell them on the forum, no problem. I'll buy them, you know. But it's like it just comes down to, you know, what you like, man. But I just definitely don't think you should limit yourself, you know, and have a biased opinion on something that you haven't tried. Not saying that you do or anything, but it's like, try everything, you know. And if it works for you, keep doing it. If it doesn't, sell it, trade it, whatever you want to do, you know. Somebody's always going to want to take them, you know. But it's like, you know, through being adventurous, you know, and trying different things and wanting to explore and examine new equipment and stuff like that, I mean, that's how you get to find out what tattoo machines you like, you know, like whether it be coil or rotary, whether you like Murtha needles or whatever, you know, element needles, whatever, you know, because you've tried all these different needles and you know what works for you. It's the same thing with T-Tech. You try them, they either work for you, they're awesome, or you get rid of them. It's not a big deal. But like I said, they're convenient. They're really easy to use, really awesome, you know, groupings put together really well. I mean, the craftsman of them is awesome. I don't care if they're made in China or wherever, you know. It's like wherever they were made, they were made really well. I don't know if this is blurry, you can see it or whatever. I mean, no stray needles or whatever. I mean, the groupings are just so really solid. The solder is just really well done. Really solid, man. I'm not good at these videos. I'm not a spokesperson for T-Tech or anything like that. I just wanted to show you the video because you asked, you know. So they're worth trying. That's all I'm saying. They're worth giving a day in court, you know. You can't go wrong, you know, with trying something. So that's about all I got, man. But you can see one last time, out, in, switch, in, boom, line, shade. Oh fuck, I'll take that. I feel like a douchebag, but yeah, that's about it, bro. That's what they look like. That's what they look like in the machine. That's what they look like outside of the machine. And your push bar inside your machine, whatever you use, RPGs or cartridge machines solely or whatever. I know that they work really good with Flight V2s. I know they work good with any Cheyenne machine. They work good with the stylus. This is personal use. I've heard they work amazing with the direct and the RPG. But so like if you have any of those machines, you know, whatever, or even if you have a Halo or a Neotat Vivace or whatever, they work good with the Vivace too. A lot of people take the stay out springs out completely, but I take out the red one in my Vivace and put in the silver spring, which is got a lot less spring tension or whatever, and it still starts at like 4.8 to 5 volts or whatever, you know. And with the red spring in the Neotat or whatever, it starts roughly at the same voltage or whatever, so you're not putting any added strain on the machine by using the silver spring than you would by using the red spring. So, and plus it keeps it way more quiet, so you know the quietness of the Neo is one of the benefits of having a Neo. So like, but if you take the spring out all the way, it's a little bit louder. But I found using the silver one, I don't even know if you have a Neo, but I was just putting that out there. But anyway, before I become redundant or whatever, here it is. And I hope it was helpful. I hope you'll give them a try. If you don't, you know, sweat off my balls. So do your thing, man. Good luck. Peace.